Hey buddy, watch this.
Hello, Regis Kilbin is the name and Hearthstone is the game, and this is a deck spotlight on a aggro beast druid created by the professional player Chakki. Chakki is a well-known Hearthstone player and a fantastic professional for a very long time, and he recently used this deck to finish quite high on the ranked legend ladder. It is a beast druid, much like one we looked at pretty recently, but this one is a little different. Unlike a more mid-range style beast druid with a lot of 3, 4, and 5 drops, this is more of an aggro beast druid, so it's much more aggressive in its curve. So a lot of early game cards, as you can see here. In fact, 12 2-mana cards, and the second most popular mana costs are at the 1 and 3 mana slot. So very early game oriented, and very token style in many ways, so it's great at getting a lot of minions out onto the board and then buffing those minions and utilizing those minions to make somewhat efficient trades, but also just to pressure with a lot of damage against your enemy's face. So a little bit zoo, but a little bit aggro as well, just that a little bit face, I should say. So an aggro style deck, but a lot of face orientation as well, with cards like Savage Roar and some charging minions like Argent Horse Rider. You can do a lot of damage very quickly with this deck as well. So building a board and leveraging it, but also looking to kill your opponent quite quickly, because you will run out of gas with this deck. There's not much card draw other than Mark of Yasharaj and Wrath, and there's virtually no late game minions peeking out here to the Claw, so not a lot of ways to win games after you've made your initial burst. But between Innervate and all the cards in this deck, you can really get out quickly and make some crazy stuff happen. So this is the Aggro Beast Druid list. As far as interesting cards are concerned, it does make room for Sir Finley Murgleton. The Druid Hero Power is not bad for doing damage, but Life Tap can be great, as can the Hunter Hero Power as well, just to pressure even more. It includes a card like Direwolf Alpha, which you don't normally ever see in Druid, but it's really good with all the token minions from Living Roots and the cheap minions. And it's a beast, so it has that Mark of Yasharaj synergy as well, which is pretty fantastic. You've got Argent Horse Rider, which you don't normally see in Druid either, but a good minion that can make efficient trades sometimes in the early game. Absorbs buffs really well. Even if you use Mark of Yasharaj on it, you don't feel bad, because often with the Divine Shield it can do a lot of work. It's also good with Savage Roar, because you can play it and Savage Roar for 6 mana and get an instant 4 mana charging minion, or 4 damage charging minion, which is pretty nice bonus damage. Includes a Fandral Staghelm, which is not a card you would probably expect in an aggro deck like this, but Fandral just offers a lot of value, especially if you innervate him out and you get stuff like Power of the Wild or even Wrath or Living Roots. He can do a ton of work, but you'll note there aren't that many cards that benefit from Fandral. It's really Druid of the Saber, Wrath, Power of the Wild, Living Roots, sometimes Druid of the Claw, but that one's not even all that helpful most of the time, because Druid of the Claw is really more about pushing damage than taunting in a majority of cases. So that is the Aggro Beast Druid by Chakki. Now that we've seen the list, I want to go ahead and take it out onto the ranked ladder and win some games and see this bad boy in action, because it's a pretty cool deck. And the games are very fast, win or lose. So it's not a bad ladder deck by any means. It's in fact a great one, because you'll rocket up the ladder in no time. It's also pretty well suited to the current metagame. It can be hard for opponents to deal with all this different stuff, and you win games pretty quickly too. So any control style decks will have trouble keeping up with you. Okay, so that's 2 great cards in the mulligan. For the mulligan, you're definitely looking for your 1-drops. You're looking for Innervate. You're looking for 2-drops. Power of the Wild's good. Druid of the Saber's good. This is about as good of an opening hand as we could have. So here we'll summon some guys. We'll probably play the Druid of the Saber next turn as well. Whether this is a charger or a minion really just depends on the class and the situation and what you're trying to accomplish. Man, that is such a good counter to us. Jeez Louise. We can kill it with Mark of Yasharaj, but if we do, we don't draw a card. We could charge this, but what I think I'm going to do is play this as stealth and not attack. He'll kill one of these and heal it up, so we're going to sacrifice a 1/1. But with Mark of Yasharaj, next turn I can actually Finley and Mark on the Druid of the Saber and make a very efficient trade here. This will have 2 health remaining. It'll be a 5/2, which could be hard for a priest to deal with at 3 mana. It's going to be a little harder to kill this guy, but it'll still work out fine. Doesn't actually matter, I guess. That's actually totally fine for us. We could also Direwolf Alpha, but we want to draw the card. We want this to live, so this is certainly the best outcome. Steady Shot's definitely the best choice here. We have to kill this guy. It's a priest. We need the damage. Just negates his hero power. Life Tap would have been good too, because we're kind of already getting low on cards to some extent, but this is second best, I think. Swipe is pretty good. Direwolf Alpha is not great. We could trade, obviously, and like Direwolf, Druid of the Saber. Let's see, what happens if we trade? We lose a 5/2. He's going to play Twilight Guardian next turn. I think I'm going to trade and play these guys, to tell you the truth. Because having 4 minions out with Savage Roar next turn could actually be a huge turn. If I play these now, can I trade any differently? I could kill... I could actually kill these 2 and leave this alive. And kill that way. But is the 5/2 any better? You could die to Shadow Word Death. I think I'll go ahead and just do it this way, because this actually gives me more bodies, which is better for the Savage Roar. The original plan, essentially. These might trade a little worse into a Twilight Guardian, but we could swipe and use a 3/1, for instance, to do that. Shadow Word Pain, that's pretty good. Twilight Whelp's pretty good. Mounted Raptor. Hero Power. Does not kill the minion, but it's not the most threatening minion ever. Could Savage Roar and kill this with my face, but then I don't have a lot left. I'll just go ahead and play minions and go face. Seeing that Shadow Word Pain definitely makes me regret the way we traded. But having the Savage Roar still makes me think it might be right. We'll just have to see. Swipe's likely going to be very good because he's going to trade this way. And, oh, that's pretty cool for us. So Swipe's going to clean that up really nicely. And Living Roots is good too because it'll just give us more minions. It's bad against Holy Nova, admittedly, but even Holy Nova gives us a pretty nice Sir Finley left. We've got a 2/2 Finley. But if he doesn't Holy Nova, Savage Roar probably ends the game here. So it's really just down to what he has. That's not Holy Nova, so I think we're probably going to be able to kill him here. Let's see what else we get. Oh, wow, yeah. I think we got it. We got to think about how to do this, but... so I think we'll use this guy in our face, and that will give even more damage to our guys. Yep, we had 4 to spare. Cool. Pretty good win. I think Priest is tough, especially a Dragon Priest with taunts like that. It feels like it should be a tough matchup for this deck, but we were able to squeeze out the win anyway, so I'm pretty happy about that result, to tell you the truth. Pretty good win. So we'll keep going. Fast games mean a lot of games. Rocketing up the ladder this month so far, too. Day 1. Yeah, I should mention this is day 1 on the ladder still, so rank 14's competitive. It's early in the day too, so this is typically going to be the best of the best we're playing against here. Okay, Innervate's pretty good. Huge Toad's alright. Shaman Wrath's kind of intriguing because it does stuff to Tunnel Trogs. Double Innervate's kind of cool, but not that cool. Because man, without a 4 or 5 drop, this is bad because this basically means, yeah, I can innervate out everything, but then I'm just empty. I have nothing left. Man, this is an awkward hand. This is a super awkward hand. We'll hope he makes this trade, and maybe this kills it. If not, I may have to hero power it. He's gonna rock better, it looks like. No, Argent Squire. He's just hoping that lives. Oh, man, we didn't get either one, really, game? See, these innervates are totally useless. I mean, they are just bad. They're actually actively worse than any other card now. 1 is good, 2 is not good. Oh, we're so far behind now, I don't know that we can ever win. Our deck is not good in these scenarios. Like, look at this. I don't even know if I can play one of these minions. I have to play something, right? Yeah. This is just awful. I'm sure this happens to this deck from time to time, where you just literally can't play anything. But we're going to try to hold up our resources and make a big turn. I think that's the best route, but God, we're so behind. My goodness. Mounted Raptor's finally a good minion, I think. But we're never coming back from this. We just can't catch up. We'll never get the board back. And we have to have the board to win. Perhaps I should have innervated out the huge toad and played minions. I don't know. I think I probably should have. I thought we'd get a 3 or 4 drop sooner, but we never did. So we just got all this stuff that's super reactive. I think I gotta go this way. This is still just terrible, but, I mean, trying to keep up. These innervates are just so useless. I need a minion, a big thing, something. Oh, God. Oh, we're 1 off lethal now, I think. So, yeah, we could not have lost much harder than that, to tell you the truth. We could not have lost much harder than that. We'll go through the motions here and see what we get. That will actually kill me, won't it? I shouldn't do that. Alright, that's that. That is that. What a terrible game. God, he got off to a good start, and we got off to just a god-awful, abysmal start. I think in hindsight we should have innervated the huge toad and the abusive sergeant, but it didn't feel great, did it? Either way, I think we were just dead. That was a beautiful curve from that shaman. He had everything: totem golems, tunnel trogs, argent squires, feral spirits, doomhammer. That was a loss. You get those games from time to time, don't you? Okay, this is a great curve. 1, 2, 3. We'll keep this. We'll send back to Savage Roar. I don't like it yet. I want other stuff that gives me value, not finishers. Abusive Sergeant's pretty fine. Could really help the Living Roots trade up. We don't know what kind of rogue this is yet. It's probably some sort of miracle-ish variant. Could be aggro or something. Some guy trying to climb the ladder really fast. Either way, I like our hand. A lot of good stuff. We'll start with the Living Roots. Probably save the coin. This probably elicits a hero power from him. I probably drew to the Saber in stealth mode to play around Fan of Knives a little bit. And just play around his weapon too, frankly. I mean, this makes Fan of Knives pretty awkward though. On turn 3 when it's most relevant. If he Fan of Knives on 4 or something, it's a little more favorable to us just because it's an awkward mana cost. Even SI7 Agent's not good here. Earthen Ring's okay. Let's see, Earthen Ring. We'll probably Wrath Abusive. Wrath. Oh, actually, that opens up our options quite a bit. We'll Wrath first, though. That's still the best option. And I guess we'll innervate the Mounted Raptor. I think we'll save the Abusive Sergeant for the Horse Rider. This is a pretty solid board, right? So we don't have to rush these out necessarily. This could be an important thing to kill, like a Tomb Pillager next turn. While preserving our good minions, basically. No Tomb Pillager. Get the backstab. Well, it might still be Tomb Pillager. Oh, that's actually pretty good. He won't play the Tomb Pillager now because he doesn't want that to die, so he's going to Hero Power it instead. That might actually have been bad for us because we were pretty good against the Tomb Pillager anyway. Swipe. I don't think I want to swipe. I think I'm just going to play this. Coin, Hero Power, go face. So we're kind of out of gas already. Backstab was pretty good there. Backstab weapon was a reasonable turn, honestly, despite it being 4 mana. We need to start hitting him hard. Swipe is good against a number of things, Tomb Pillager being one of them. It was pretty clear when that Pit Snake came out that he was scared to play a minion. So Azure Drake, Tomb Pillager, all the stuff you'd expect him to play, we've got answers for. We could even Abusive Sergeant instead of Swipe. If we get another minion, we might do that. If we get like a 4-mana minion. I think that's a sign, though. Should I go ahead and play this? It's bad against Fan of Knives. I think I'm gonna save it. We have a lot of stuff that can charge, and I think we'll find a turn for it eventually where it matters. I don't want to waste it otherwise. Glad I didn't play it. Made the right call. Huge Toad's pretty good. Question is if I swipe that guy or not. I guess I probably do. Gives me no answer to like Gadget Sand. Could also swipe face, but I don't think we're at that point yet. I think this has a chance of living, though, is why I swiped, because he's used a lot of stuff. He has a lot of cards, too, though. So there's always backstabs, eviscerates, all that stuff. Cthulhu Rogue. I wasn't expecting that. It's a good turn. It's an awfully good turn. Oh, it couldn't have even hit the Divine Shield. Give me a break, man. Yeah. I think I have to Hero Power down that Divine Shield and go face, maybe. Could kill that. Maybe I kill this. Put this to 1. It's out of backstab. He either has to weapon it or trade it. It's bad against Fan of Knives again, but could be good. We'll see. Going face makes a lot of sense too. Yeah, there's the Fan. Yeah, we're in a tough spot because we don't have any cards. Like, it's going to be hard for us to find 11 damage. With both swipes gone. Man, there's another one. Jeez. I think I got to go face this time, right? I can't taunt because it just dies to the Van Cleef for free. I don't know that we have 4 damage, though, is the problem. Because we've used both swipes. If I'd known this was going to happen, we could have killed him already, but if I hadn't traded. That was a 1 in 19 draw, though. Oh, taunt's good. Jeez Louise. We have Living Roots to do damage. We have that's it, I think. I don't know. I don't think we have a way to do 4 damage. We need a board to do anything, so it's a good play. Oh, Innervate, nice. That free 7/7 Van Cleef. Man, actually, this could be a huge out. Well, no, we're probably just dead, though, next turn, I think. Yeah. We're dead. Oh, man. Oh, we had one more turn. If we had one more turn, jeez, he's got 13, 17, 19. He's 1 over, 2 over lethal for sure. So that Shadowcaster probably won him the game. The Shadowcaster Innervate Van Cleef gave him the damage to win the game. Because Sir Finley gave us a win, an angle to win. Probably should have went face with the Druid of the Claw. We shifted focus from board, or from going face to board, and I think that hurt us. This is a tough game though. Rogue's just got so many early tempo clears and stuff that it's hard to play a really susceptible minion deck like this. It's not like Zoo where everything sticks around. This deck, you got to get your damage in and you got to keep your minions alive. So it's very susceptible to board clears, unlike Zoo, for instance. This is an awkward hand. I'll probably keep the Abusive Sergeant. I might have to play it on 1, but it's bad against Argent Squire and Tunnel Trogs. I don't even think I want it. I really need to see Living Roots. I need to see Innervate something. It's not that good because I can't coin. If I had a coin, it'd be great. Power of the Wild's not that helpful either. We'll just play the huge Toad, but we're already behind. Like, already behind. This does trade favorably at least. Where were you last turn, man? Wouldn't have helped much probably, but... could be big. He gets it. They always get it, man. Against me, everybody gets it. Everybody. Whoa! Really? That feels wrong. I don't know if it is, but it feels wrong. I'm probably going to trade this way and let the Tunnel Trog live. I don't know. Force him to have the... Let's Finley first. I don't think it matters, but we'll see what we get, just out of curiosity. We'll take Life Tap. Cards are good. This game probably will be a race, but that's technically probably the best outcome, but maybe not. Helps Finley kill it, but could help Power of the Wild kill it too. Let's see what he has. Oh, he's got the Faceless. We don't have an answer for that, honestly. Wrath. Could Horse Rider it, but that leaves me pretty awkward mana. Could Wrath draw, play a 3/2. Yeah. I'm not going to mark yet. I'm going to wait. I could have marked and traded and killed it next turn with a Horse Rider or something, but I'll also have the mana to Horse Rider mark next turn, and even though I want to draw the card off this, it's actually pretty good with the Horse Rider. That gets in the way, though, honestly. Shoot. Shoot, shoot. I actually should have done that the other way, I think. I'm going to mark this and trade, so there's a chance I waste a damage. Yeah, there's a chance I just wasted a damage. Actually, no, there's not. I can do it right still. Never mind. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Other than that this 1 damage could have been used against... By the way, this is questionable probably to some people, that I didn't use the mark on this, but... Actually, that wouldn't have mathed out. I think we had to do it this way, but... Doomhammer's not bad. It's not bad at all. Is he going to clear? Or is he going to go face? He's going to clear. Might go face with that one. No, he's going to clear. Okay, cool. I actually like that. That's good for me, I think. I'll just mark this. I think it's going to be hard for him to do 4 damage, and I like the card draw, and in fact... I think I'll go ahead and get this out. I know it likely dies to the weapon, but it buys me some health, and I don't think I'll need the Innervate in a future turn. Even with 2 cards, I'm very unlikely to be able to spend 5 mana a turn on average, so I don't know that the Innervate will ever be more relevant. Hex, of course! God, that sucks! Why does he have Hex? Always have the Hex. We've eaten a lot of that Doomhammer so far. I can actually kill this, but it leaves my board so darn susceptible, doesn't it? Because this dies to it. I think I'd rather just play this as stealth. That's pretty bad against Feral Spirits, though. I don't know. I just don't know that we have the gas left at this point. We do have life tap, though, so maybe we can work this out. I'm just going to kill it while I can, I think. It's not my favorite play ever. Our Direwolves aren't getting any value, but that's just because Doomhammer is so darn good. Of course, they always get Totem Golem against me. It's unreal. Like, this deck is so fair. My god. There's no way for me to win now. I'm taking too much damage every turn. Life tap plus... he had 7 mana and played... for 7 mana, he summoned a 8/7 plus... he summoned an 11/11 for 7 mana. Like, how can you compete against that? God. I can kill that for 5 damage. Can I even live through the turn? I may have actually just messed up. 4, 9, 12. Yeah, he's at 15 damage, so I think I'm very likely dead. If I somehow live through the turn, which I won't. Exactly. Probably had more too. He probably had Rock Fighters and stuff. Oh, that was tough. I'm going to play one more game, because I feel like this deck's not getting a fair shake. I feel like we're playing some OP stuff. And I think we can do better. We won a nice game against that Priest, but since then it's been struggles, man. Just feel like everything's been a little awkward, off curve, a little out of order. Maybe we're not going face enough, though. We made some trades that last game into that Flame Wraith. Perhaps we should have gone face and played the token range and hoped he didn't have Lightning Storm, but we were super susceptible to Hex and Lightning Storm, just depending on which he had and which showed up. I think we'll keep the Innervate here to Innervate the Mounted Raptor. This is not a bad hand, honestly. Turn 1 Mounted Raptor's pretty good. 2-drop to follow. And Power of the Wild's just good in this deck. I just like the card. We haven't seen Fandral yet. An early Fandral is such a powerful play. Savage is just not good this early. Like, it's good to win games, granted, but it seems like we always get it in our opening hand, and we don't want it there. It's so useless until the mid to late game. We'll summon this as a 3/2 if we don't have anything else to do. Instead, we'll play the Toad. If you can use this as a buff, typically that's better than summoning the minion, unless you just have to. We might actually Savage Roar next turn if we don't get a 3-drop. If we have 3 minions on board, it's actually 6 damage, so it's not bad at all. But he has something here. It's always a great turn. Always a great turn. Swipe's not good. Savage Roar's not good. Guess we'll trade, summon a dude. That dies to his weapon very easily. I just don't like these cards. I don't know, I feel like the deck might be better. I mean, who am I to say, right? Chakki is an unbelievable player who designed this deck and played it well. So who am I to criticize? But I just feel like both of these are so prohibitive to building an early board. What if this was a Defender of Argus? And what if this was a good 3-drop? I can't think of right now. See, like, Innervate too. Like, what? This hand is just abysmal. I think I have to swipe face just to get damage out, right? Like, I can't waste 4 mana. But this hand is just awful. We haven't seen Living Roots in like a month. Where did our Living Roots go? That's backstab, so we're dead now. We don't have a board, we don't have cards. Like, we have no way to win the game. There's no combo coming. So we get Living Roots now, but now it's too late. Now I have to use it to kill that minion or something. I don't know. So Innervate's impossible to be good now. We don't have any cards more than 5 mana. We can maybe Innervate out of hero power if we get Druid of the Claw. That's it. Now it's just a totally dead card. We had to use Savage Roar to kill a 3/2. Just to hope that one minion survives through this turn. Direwolf Alpha. There's just no way to win this game. There's no way we can piece together 13 damage drawing 1 card per turn. There's just no way. I have to be honest, I just am not feeling this deck. That's the perfect answer, of course. This deck to me feels like an objectively worse zoo, because it's the same kind of mentality. A little bit more face-oriented, I guess, but so much more draw-dependent, and you don't have ways to draw cards. And there's just no big power turn cards that, like, win you the game. And we're gonna die next turn, probably, or very soon after. I just don't think we have... I literally can't even cast Wrath, because he stealthed his minion. Oh, this is so bad. I need to watch Chakki play this deck, apparently, because I just do not get it. It feels off to me. That, again said, clearly I'm not the player Chakki is. He knows how to play Hearthstone better than just about anybody, so if it works for him, I believe it. So are we dead? Close to dead. 3 damage Shiv to face. That never feels good. That's not usually a good sign. That's not usually a good sign, is it? So I guess we'll see if we can draw into something. Some magical answer. This is actually enough to kill that, but it's going to kill us too, of course. Well, that sums up the deck to me right there. So, alright, this is definitely not a Regis Kilbin deck. I'm sure it's good again. I have all the faith in the world that this deck works. We might have just had a really bad run. You know, we play the first 4 or 5 games we play. We don't try to find a good stretch and edit in, and if I suffer, I have to suffer live right here on video with you guys. So that was definitely some suffering. To me, it just feels like an inferior version of very similar decks, but if it looks fun to you and you've got these cards, it's not the most expensive deck, and it seems to work. So I would encourage you to try it, even though clearly I failed and seems like the ladder was well equipped to deal with this kind of deck. You might have better luck than me, and it's clearly got some potential and some pretty crazy ways to win games. So all that said, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions about the deck or my plays or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments. I appreciate all your time. Thanks so much for watching. And until next time, game on.